Please welcome the boxer representing Azerbaijan, RUSTAMOV RUSLAN.
So welcome everybody to day 5 of the European Under-22 Championships here in Roseto. That was Ruslan Rustamov of Azerbaijan. And this is David Kevorkian being introduced to the blue corner. So this is the first fight of the session in Ring B.
Judge 1 from Moldova, Judge 2 from Bulgaria, Judge 3 from Italy, Judge 4 from France, Judge 5 from Finland. In the red corner for Azerbaijan, RUSTAMOV RUSLAN. Into the blue corner from Germany, GKEVORGKIAN David.
So this is the quarterfinal at light welterweight. Ruslan Rustamov in the red there, boxing for Azerbaijan. David Kevorkian in the blue, representing Germany. So whoever wins this fight will go through to the semi-finals, be guaranteed a bronze medal, and also be guaranteed $2,000 prize money on offer in this under-22 championship. We've got light welterweights followed by welterweights in this afternoon session in Ring B. 4 quarterfinals in each one. I'm Andy Clark and I'll be with you all the way through. So Rustamov there, not wasting any time, launching into a 1-2, looking for that big backhand. We've got a pair of southpaws here. Rustamov in the red, Azerbaijan, Kevorkian, Germany in the blue. Rustamov with a couple of wins, knocked out the #1 seed from Russia, Magomed Shamshoev, on a split decision, 4-1 in his previous fight. So he brings some form here. Kevorkian had a buy-in, then beat Daniel Danyi of Hungary 5-0. So far it's Rustamov who's looked to make the more aggressive opening. Just caught by a left hand there as he opened up really wide to try and throw that left hand himself. It was very, very open there, Rustamov, as he looked to throw that backhand. He does open out when he looks to kind of spray that left in from wide as he did there. Kevorkian's a little bit more correct, looks to try and shoot that 1-2 straighter. He's got some height and reach on Rustamov as well. Heading up towards the midway point of round 1. It's Rustamov who has probably found the better scoring punches so far. Just a jab into the body there, leans forward quite a lot, Diazeri. Weight firmly on that front foot at times. Kevorkian's got to find a way of countering him. Nice right hand there from Kevorkian. Just got out of the way of the attack, moved off to his right, threw the right hand as he was moving. And he's just trying to tempt Rustamov in a little bit here, Kevorkian. I'm not sure he was quite ready for him in that opening 30-45 seconds. But if he can get Rustamov to commit, the chances are his opponent will go over the top of that front foot. He loses that balance a bit, and you could catch him on the way in, as he looked to do there, Kevorkian. And again there, that's what he's looking for now. He's just looking to try and trigger Rustamov. He doesn't even really need to trigger him. He knows that if he waits long enough, then Rustamov will come forward. It's a question of being able to pick him off as he comes in. Look for the 1-2 there, Kevorkian. Again, in comes Rustamov. Maybe a clash of heads there between the two, I think. That's what Kevorkian was indicating, just touching the forehead with his glove. Final 30 seconds of round 1. Just pecking with the jab there, Kevorkian, then gives the ground as Rustamov looks to try and close in. Rustamov just short there with another big left hand. Jab did land there, though, from the fighter in red. Interesting opening round, this, because you can see quite quickly what Rustamov does wrong, and you can see that Kevorkian has definitely got an idea here of how to make that work for him. But in terms of the scoring punching in round 1, I think you would have to give that round to the red corner away to my right hand side. Spectacular setting here, by the way. We are at the Lido d'Abruzzi in Roseto degli Abruzzi on the Adriatic coast, and you can't quite see, but we're in the open air here, Ring B, and Ring A next door, manned by my good pal Ron McIntosh. We got kind of a canopy over both rings, so that protects the fighters from the sun, which is pretty intense. But other than that, it's open. So you've got this lovely breeze just blowing in from the left-hand side. This is a little holiday resort, basically. And the scores at the end of round 1. RUSTAMOV gets it with 4 of the judges, and GKEVORGKIAN gets it with the other 1. And I think you would have to have given that round to RUSTAMOV. I would have done myself anyway, because although he is a bit crude and clumsy at times, he throws plenty and he landed enough. So GKEVORGKIAN needs to get something back here. So it's great conditions here, steaming hot for these fighters though, really is. So into the second round, Ruslan Rustamov of Azerbaijan in the red has taken the opening round with 4 of the 5 judges. GKEVORGKIAN cannot always allow him to lead off. I described in the first round how he can counter Rustamov when he commits and comes over the top of that front foot. That was a good combination there though from Rustamov, but he can't just allow him to dictate the play all the time. And he needs his second round, the German fighter. You drop the first round in these 3-round AIBA fights, you've got to do something about it. A volley from Rustamov, mainly taken on the gloves, but then the lead right hand did get through. He's trying to keep it correct here, GKEVORGKIAN, but he might just have to brawl a little bit more than he would normally like to. He's got to match Rustamov for punch output, and he can't allow him to be first all the time either. There's that jab from GKEVORGKIAN. Nice left hand there, caught Rustamov on the way in. Another left hand. Maybe just found the target. Rustamov again just dips that head, throws that left hand over the top. Gum shields come out there, that's the Azerbaijan fighter. So they'll just take a break here, they'll have to rinse that off. Yazeri corner just asking for that left hand more from Rustamov. They're telling him just to keep working. You can see a bit of damage around that right eye. There have been quite a few cuts this week, actually. No head guards, of course, under 22s. We're past the youth stage. Anyone who was born between 1998 and 2002 inclusive can box in this competition. A few names I've seen in here that we saw at the World Youth Championships in Kielce in Poland a few weeks ago. Again, he's looking for that big 1-2. The left hand there caught GKEVORGKIAN on the back midway through the second round. And again, the gum shield has come out here. And again, it is Rustamov's. And he's going to have to be careful about this because you can lose points for this if you're not careful. There's nothing deliberate about it. He's not spitting it out. He's not trying to waste time or disrupt the bout. He's just got to bite down and keep it in. Extra protocol, the referee having handled the gum shield has to sanitise his hands, sanitise those gloves. So boxing back underway. Ruslan Rustamov, Azerbaijan in the red. Nice left hand there from GKEVORGKIAN. Then catches him with a left uppercut too as Rustamov was once again just trying to go about his business. Nice lead right hand there from GKEVORGKIAN and a right hand off the back foot. And this is exactly what he needs to do because in the fight up until this point, Rustamov has been the more proactive of the two. And the gum shield has come out again, and I didn't see whether there was a gesture towards the ringside officials table there saying that he's going to take a point away here, the referee. That's 3 times in 1 round, and I don't think he's going to tolerate much more of this, to be perfectly honest with you. Well, he's taken a point. He's taken a point, and that's fair enough because that's 3 times in 1 round, and that's going to cost Rustamov in a 3-round fight. Giving away a penalty deduction can be fatal, and he's got back into it, got more into it, GKEVORGKIAN, in the last 30, 40 seconds as well, just busying up those hands, looking for those counters a bit more aggressively. He's having some joy with that punch in particular, just throwing that right hand, pulling the weight back, and then as Rustamov comes in with the jab, which is really just a rangefinder, then that big left hand, pulls the weight back, moves off to his right, throws the right hand as he goes. It's the final few seconds of round 2. Not a massive amount in this one either. Kevorkian in spells has done some really nice clean punching though, and there was a decent right hand from the German. So I would be tempted myself to lean his way, and then you've got the point deduction as well. So we'll get a look at the scores in a second. RUSTAMOV was 4-1 up with the judges after round one, remember. So Kevorkian really needs this second round. Even if he loses it with all 5 judges, though, with the point deduction, he will still only be a point down with those 4. So definitely still in touch. So there we go, and RUSTAMOV, well, split scoring in round 2, 3-2 in favour of Kevorkian, which means that he has got the lead with 3 out of the 5 judges. A 3-point lead with 1, a 2-point lead with the other 2, a 1-point lead with the other 2, I beg your pardon. So this is very much in the balance heading into the third and final round. Kevorkian with a slight advantage. He's got that 1 card in his pocket, the 20 points to 17. That's his now. And the scoring will now come down to the 4 scores of 19 to 18. What needs to happen here is RUSTAMOV needs to turn one of those 19-18s in favour of Kevorkian his way. Just sticking with the jab nicely there, Kevorkian. RUSTAMOV is a little bit of a one-trick fighter. He's aggressive and he throws plenty, but he really just looks for that 1-2. There's not much more to come from him. Kevorkian, of the 2, is the more rounded fighter. We're just dipping low at the waist and touching down with a glove there, RUSTAMOV. Kevorkian, as the fight has progressed, has kind of figured his opponent out. Just trying to lead off with a right hand there, Kevorkian. Looks slightly laboured, heading up towards the midway stage of the third round. And RUSTAMOV again, just trying to get on the front foot there, planted those feet wide, trying to pin Kevorkian back into the ropes and then let go with that 1-2. Didn't really manage to land. Not cleanly, not that I could see. That was right above me. Just short with the left hand there, Kevorkian. He can tend to snatch at that a little bit rather than just shoot it straight through. He's got that decent upper body movement though. Pulls the weight back nicely at times and avoids that true kind of onslaught from RUSTAMOV. He seems unhappy there at something that Kevorkian was doing up close into the final minute. Decent jab there from Kevorkian. Lovely 1-2 from the German fighter as well, and you can see the head snap back there of RUSTAMOV. So 30 seconds to go. Kevorkian just inching forward with that front foot. Good jab there from RUSTAMOV, and caught by the left hand as he came in. Kevorkian increasingly has managed to find this kind of range, really, find his way of dealing with a fighter who is, as I say, very, very awkward. That point deduction in the second round has given the German fighter that advantage. And just trading on the inside there, right hand landed from Kevorkian. There goes the bell, and the Azeris celebrate in the red corner away to my right. So do the Germans across the ring in the blue corner. Just a reminder of how we stood going into the final rounds. Kevorkian had 1 card done and dusted, 20 points to 17. 2 others he led, 19 points to 18. On the other 2, it was RUSTAMOV who led 19 points to 18. So this is tight. It might go down to judges' decision even, which is what we have when we have a draw, when a drawn judge needs to make up their mind. Long wait for these two. I think one of the judges, the judge sitting next to me actually didn't manage to register his score right at the end of the round. I think maybe the pad wasn't working quite right, but they've got the slip now.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner by split decision in the red corner.
RUSTAMOV gets it by split decision. Well, look at that. Then he goes to judge's decision with Bulgaria. So split scoring in the final round meant that we had 2 cards apiece there. And Bulgaria, who had scored it 28-28, had to make a decision and went for the red corner. Well, that is very, very interesting. What a fight to start with. That point deduction almost costing RUSTAMOV, but in the end, not quite. And that is the schedule for us. So 4 quarterfinals at 64 kilos, 4 to follow at 69 kilos. In this ring this evening, we've got middleweights, light heavyweights, and heavyweights. And plenty of good fights to get stuck into here. The next one we'll see will be AHMAD SHTIWI of Israel up against VZMITRY DZIASHKEVICH of Bulgaria. Number 5 seed against number 4 seed. Those two just waiting patiently away to my left-hand side. You don't need to do an awful lot to get loose in these conditions, I can tell you that. I went down to the backstage area earlier.
Bout number 179. Into the red corner, please welcome the boxer representing Israel, SHTIWI AHMAD. Into the blue corner, please welcome the boxer representing Belarus, DZIASHKEVICH VZMITRY. Referee, Gudmauskas Aureus from Lithuania. Judge 1 from Ukraine. Judge 2 from Ireland. Judge 3 from Italy. Judge 4 from Poland. Judge 5 from Slovakia. In the red corner for Israel, SHTIWI AHMAD. In a blue corner for Belarus, DZIASHKEVICH VZMITRY.
So as mentioned, we've got the number 5 seed against the number 4 seed here. The number 5 seed boxing for Israel in the red, AHMAD SHTIWI. Got a bye and then beat Benek Nikogosyan of Armenia 5-0. The number 4 seed boxing in blue for Belarus, VZMITRY DZIASHKEVICH. Beat Vadim Klim of Ukraine. Split decision, really tight, 3-2 in the previous round. So DZIASHKEVICH, orthodox stance, boxing in the blue. SHTIWI, southpaw, in the red. It's the second quarter-final at 64 kilos. And remember, if you win this, you're guaranteed a bronze medal, and you're also guaranteed to put $2,000 in your pocket and head home with that, which is a significant, significant reward on offer here. Decent punching there as he backed SHTIWI up to the ropes from DZIASHKEVICH. Not a great deal of it landed clean, though. Got orthodox now, SHTIWI. So far in this opening minute almost, it's the Belarusian fighter DZIASHKEVICH in the blue who is more on the front foot. Plenty of activity there. Nice sneaky right hand to the body there, though, from SHTIWI, who's just stealing the odd shot. DZIASHKEVICH is looking good. He's not delivering a massive amount. Left hand to the body there from SHTIWI. Then again, another stabbing jab downstairs. It's effective stuff. It's not eye-catching, it's not flamboyant, but what the judges are looking for are scoring punches being delivered with the knuckle part of the glove to the head or to the torso. Left hand to the body again there from SHTIWI. Wide right hand from DZIASHKEVICH, but didn't land it. There's one fighter on the front foot here in DZIASHKEVICH, doing the, or appearing to be the more proactive of the two. But SHTIWI, who again just grabs another left hand to the body there. Dzijaškević did exactly the same thing. That's a nice combination on the inside there from Dzijaškević. And then just measures the right uppercut there too, followed by the left hand. Up until that point, Dzijaškević has struggled with his distance really. He's hit a lot of gloves. But just beginning to find it now into the final minutes of round one. Good fight this. There's another left hand to the body up close there from SHTIWI. They're not the easiest punches in the world to see at times. Dzijaškević, his punches are a bit more eye-catching, delivered from the outside. Maybe a touch easier for the 5 scoring judges at ringside to spot. There's another good left hand to the body there from SHTIWI. Throws that well, dips his head, gets right up close, but always gets something done on the inside. Nice combination to the body there from Dzijaškević, but he gets a couple back there from SHTIWI, who falls short with the right hand. And Dzijaškević just manages to pick him off. When they're at that kind of range there, where they're right up close, and it's SHTIWI generally who gets the better of this. Dzijaškević is happy to have it there. But at the end of the first round there, that's a pretty tight opening round. By my reckoning, the greater volume of effective punching there, particularly to the body, was done by AHMAD SHTIWI, but we'll have to wait and see what the judges made of it. As I said, the dynamic was that Dzijaškević was in charge. He was on the front foot, looking more proactive, looking to dictate terms. He was the proactive fighter. SHTIWI was more the reactive fighter, but a lot of what Dzijaškević did didn't find the target. Some of it did as well. So it's kind of an interesting round to score that one. Well, all 5 judges have gone with Dzijaškević there. 10-9s all around.
Seconds out.
I think SHTIWI's been a little bit unlucky there not to get something. Some good body punching that opening round, but as I said, Dzijaškević was on the front foot, looking to be more aggressive. Short left hand there from Dzijaškević. Tries to pop off that 1-2, but fell just short. Lovely right hand there from SHTIWI. Just shuffled his feet into range, let it go. Dzijaškević looking to try and return. Left hand to the body there from SHTIWI. Right hand up top, left to the body there from the Israeli. Dzijaškević looking for that kind of overhand right, missed it. Long 1-2 there from SHTIWI. I think the right hand just about got there. Short with a couple of punches there, SHTIWI, and Dzijaškević just wasn't quite within distance there, wasn't quite within range to make him pay for it. Nice right hand there again from SHTIWI. Heading up towards the midway point of round 2. The Israel fighter very, very much needs his second round, desperately needs it really. Nice use of the feet there from Dzijaškević. He has got good feet. Up on those toes. Good combination there from Dzijaškević. SHTIWI gave one back at the end of it. Then looks to try and work to the body. Referee giving them plenty of opportunity there up close to work, which is always good to see. Dzijaškević switching southpaw there very, very briefly. I think both of these two just beginning to feel the pace a little bit. They've thrown plenty between them, and as I've described, it is swelteringly hot here. It's a fairly dry heat that comes in off the sea, but with the arrangement here with the canopies above the rings, it just heats this kind of arena up. There is that breeze coming in off the left-hand side as I sit here, but the temperature is is high. Nice right hand to the body there from SHTIWI. Again, when they're up close like that, and there's a blizzard of punches being thrown, it's difficult necessarily for the judges to work out exactly who's landed what, but in those kinds of situations, for where I'm sitting, SHTIWI has done the better work with punches to the body. He absolutely needs his second round, the Israeli fighter. Didn't get anything on the cards at the end of round one. DZIASHKEVICH, who was nice and busy again in that second round. Just said, he's in and out with those feet. He's throwing plenty. Not an enormous amount of it got through, I didn't think, but I'll have to wait and see what our 5 scoring judges at ringside thought about it. And it's split scoring this time. 3 go for SHTIWI and 2 for DZIASHKEVICH. So this is very interesting going into the final round. 2 rounds to 0 for DZIASHKEVICH with 2 of the judges. He's got those 2 in his pocket, you would imagine. And the other 3 are poised at 19 apiece. DZIASHKEVICH needs 1 of those. He needs to convert 1 of them to win the fight. SHTIWI needs all 3 of them. So he's up against it here. He needs a good clear round win here, the Israeli fighter. Looks to lead off with the right hand, scored with the left to the body. DZIASHKEVICH before that made a good positive start to the round. Nice right hand there from SHTIWI, just pulled his weight back. Caught DZIASHKEVICH as he was dipping away to his left, looking for one himself. Nice 1-2 there from DZIASHKEVICH. But the gloves are up for SHTIWI. SHTIWI fell short with the right hand, but he followed it straight in onto the shoulder, so DZIASHKEVICH didn't really have time to do too much about it. DZIASHKEVICH in the blue, remember, he's boxing for Belarus. SHTIWI in the red, boxing for Israel. Had a razor tight opening quarter final at 64 kilos, and this one's close too. Nice combination there from DZIASHKEVICH, just caught SHTIWI in range, looking to unload. Nice right hand there from SHTIWI to finish that combination. Look for the right hand downstairs as well. Found it to the body. As I mentioned, he needs a dominant performance in this final round. He's got to make sure all of those 19-19 scores, all 3 of them, go his way. DZIASHKEVICH needs 1 of them. Just trading there on the inside. Right hand from SHTIWI, left hand back from DZIASHKEVICH. And both of these 2 with their mouths hanging open here, just sucking in the air, heading into the final minute. DZIASHKEVICH just lets a couple go, then looks to lean in, nick a little bit of a rest, push his man back onto the ropes maybe. SHTIWI just backing up slightly himself there, trying to ditch that left in off the back foot. Came in a bit square there, SHTIWI, feet just crossing, but as I said, we're heading towards the final stages now, and these 2 just having to dig really deep. I think they both know that this is close. Left hand to the body there from SHTIWI. Nice left on the inside there from DZIASHKEVICH, but again, I think some decent body work done there up close by SHTIWI. Well, there goes the bell, and that was another good fight. Another good fight. SHTIWI looks fairly confident going back to the corner, but as we know from having looked at the scores, 20 points to 18 down with 2 of the judges through 2 rounds, 19-19 with the other 3. So he needed to convert all of those 3 drawn scores in his favour. DZIASHKEVICH needed 1 of them. Split scoring in the second round. DZIASHKEVICH got it with all 5 judges in the opening round, which I thought was harsh on SHTIWI myself.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner by split decision In the red corner.
Well, he's got it. AHMAD SHTIWI has got it by split decision. 3 cards to 2. And he got it with 4 out of those 5 judges in that final round. And crucially, 3 of those 4 were the ones who had it at 19-19 going into that final round. So he's got the win there, AHMAD SHTIWI, and very close fight though that was. I do make that the right decision overall. I thought he was a little bit hard done by with the scoring of that opening round, but a good fight. Another really good fight, and another very, very close fight. Well, you don't get fights much tighter than that for these opening 2. Now, coming up next is our 3rd quarter final at light welterweight. Dean Clancy of Ireland just waiting away to my left-hand side to come in, as is LOUNES HAMRAOUI of France. HAMRAOUI, the number 6 seed.
Ring B, bout number 180. Into the red corner, please welcome the boxer representing Ireland, Clancy Dean Patrick.
Dean Clancy, boxing for Ireland, 19 years old. Had a couple of wins so far.
Corner, please welcome the boxer representing France, HAMRAOUI LOUNES.
LOUNES HAMRAOUI of France, the number 6 seed.
Franchi Carlo from Italy. Judge 1 from Finland. Judge 2 from Bulgaria. Judge 3 from Czech Republic. Judge 4 from Azerbaijan. Judge 5 from Russia. In the red corner, from Ireland, Clancy Dean Patrick. In a blue corner, from France, HAMRAOUI LOUNES.
So these two being called to the centre of the ring. Dean Clancy of Ireland in the red, 19 years old, beat Petar Novak of Czech Republic, and then Nenad Jovanovic of Serbia, 5-0 both times. I think this is his first tournament at light welter. As far as I'm aware, he was down at bantamweight, I think, most of the time before this. So that's a big jump up in weight. LOUNES HAMRAOUI of France, the number 6 seed, had a bye, then beat Nikolai TERTERYAN of Denmark, one of the 2 TERTERYAN brothers. We'll see the other one a bit later on. That was 5-0, all 5 scores 29-28. So HAMRAOUI in the blue, boxing for France. Southpaw stance, Clancy, Ireland in the red, in the orthodox stance. Clancy just fainting with that front foot there, looking to try and trigger something from HAMRAOUI. He's got quite a wide stance, solid base, quite economical with his movements. A bit more going on with Clancy. Again, there's that little fake, just dipping in with the front foot, then just getting back out again. They're just having a look at each other here early on. Clancy getting that guard up tight, trying to close down the gap. HAMRAOUI's kind of happy enough, looking to counter punch. I mentioned that split stance. It kind of makes it look like he's got the weight on the back foot. It's actually pretty evenly distributed, but he just takes it onto that back foot more readily than he does onto the front. And no one's really landed anything of any note yet. Short with the right hand there, Clancy. Irish corner asking for the jab. Jabbing his way in would be the advisable way to do it. He's been on the front foot holding centre ring here so far, Clancy, which will count with the judges at ringside when so little effective punching has been done so far. Again, just looks to try and steal that space, Clancy, with the high guard. I think maybe he feels that he's going to have to do that if he's going to get close enough to HAMRAOUI to land anything. HAMRAOUI just twitching a little bit there. A lot of posturing, looking to try and let go with a quick right hand. Didn't manage to land it. Feels he did land that right hook as he was moving away. I'm not so sure. It's the final minute of round 1. Not an easy one to score this so far, as I say, because very, very little has landed. With that in mind, I would say Clancy might be in the driving seat here slightly, because he's He's been the one leading off. He's been the more proactive of the two. Gets in close there, Clancy. Looking to try and land on the inside, and plenty thrown there. I think they both got through with a couple. HAMRAOUI certainly with the right hand. Fall short with a jab a couple of times there, Clancy. HAMRAOUI's good at making him fall short. He's good at making his opponents fall short. But because he has pulled that weight onto the back foot, he's not really in a position to do much about it. Again, a couple of jabs there from Clancy. Don't get there, HAMRAOUI himself, trying to spring in from a long way out. And then the 1-2. Frenchman seems quite confident at the end of that opening round, but very little clean was landed there. Very little by either one of them. One of the major reasons for that was that HAMRAOUI seems reluctant to engage. That's his kind of style. Pull out of distance and look to try and counter, but he didn't land too many clean counters, and Clancy was the one, as I said, he was the one forcing the action there. He was the one forcing the fight. Of the two, the one who looked like he really wanted to fight, and that can and should count when they can't split them due to the effective punching, which is a primary criteria. So HAMRAOUI gets it with 4 out of the 5 judges, who must have determined that he did do the greater volume of effective punching in that first round. I didn't think there was much in it at all myself. Fine margins though, they've got to make a decision. I wouldn't argue particularly either way, but he's got one card there, Clancy, which can always be important. Into the second round though, and he needs to win this one with the majority of the judges. Well, the referee telling these two to engage, and I can understand that because, as I said, not much happened in that opening round. They get up close there, heads almost cracking together. Difficult to see who got the better of that, really. When he does get up close, Clancy tends to dip his head and just let his hands go. A frenzy of activity. Decent bit of work that from HAMRAOUI. Clancy maybe just a little bit slow, jabbed, tried to move him behind it. HAMRAOUI just rattled a few shots off to the body. He is quite a frustrating character to box against, HAMRAOUI, because he doesn't really seem to want to engage at times. Left hand there from Clancy. And when the referee was talking to the pair of them about making more of a fight of it, the fact that it's been difficult to make it too much of a fight is more down to the Frenchman than the Irishman, but that's just the way he fights, and you can see that he is having more joy with it. It is proving a bit more effective in this second round, and he's already taken that first round for scorecards to 1. Leads off with a left hook there, Clancy, which the corner had been asking for, and then tried to land the right to the body, heading up towards the final minute. Always just backing up a little bit there, HAMRAOUI. Always just backing up, as I said. Much prefers to pull that weight back. Just leaning into his front foot a little bit more there. Shuffles forward with that lead right foot. And Clancy this time it is, he just gives a little bit of ground. Nice right hand to the body there, though, from Clancy. That's better distance, better range for the Irishman. If HAMRAOUI's going to creep forward like that, that might suit him a little bit more. And he does need this second round. It's the final 30 seconds of it. I've probably got HAMRAOUI just sneaking this one, this second round so far as well. But Clancy could turn it around. Just dips onto the inside off the back of that left hook. Always has those gloves low, HAMRAOUI. He looks hittable. Looking for the uppercut there, HAMRAOUI, but he was comfortably short. And the Frenchman again there, confident as he went back to the corner at the end of the round. Stays on his feet over on that blue corner, far side of the ring to me. Red corner just away to my right. Clancy of Ireland in the red corner, HAMRAOUI of France in the blue. HAMRAOUI the number 6 seed. Not a new venue this for AHMAD boxing. The European Youths was held here 3 years ago. Split scoring, so Clancy gets it with 3 of the judges. And so this is very much in play going into the final round. So 2 judges have got it 2 rounds clear to LOUNES, HAMRAOUI. 1 judge has got it 2 rounds clear to Clancy. The other 2 have got it leveled. So Clancy needs both of those level cards. HAMRAOUI needs 1 of them. We've had some very, very close fights to kick things off with. On day 5 in Ring B, we certainly have. The first 2 went to split decision. The first one required a decision on a drawn card from a Bulgarian judge, and it doesn't get any closer than that. So split scoring across those first 2 rounds, I think is a good reflection, a fair reflection. I thought Clancy was a bit unlucky to go down 4-1 on the cards in round 1, but maybe for me, slightly fortunate to get that second one 3-2. So swings and roundabouts, really. Referee just talking to the pair of them about heads. And remember, not just a guaranteed bronze medal on offer here for the winner, $2,000 US as well. And that just brings an extra dimension to things. Prize money was put up for the Asian Championships by AKBAR a few weeks ago, and they've done the same here. Not quite as much, but there's not a huge difference. Clancy's got good distance there. If he commits, then he is in range. Good combination there from HAMRAOUI, as Clancy did exactly what I suggested he might. Leading off to the left hook there, Clancy. HAMRAOUI had the gloves up. Nice right hand to the body there from HAMRAOUI, who, as I said, at the end of the second round, is just that little bit closer to Clancy. He's a little bit more in range. And Clancy's work rate has been good. He's used those feet well. Trying to stay on top of HAMRAOUI. He's got to try and turn the screw a bit in the final minute of this round. Nice 1-2 there from Clancy. HAMRAOUI trying to hook off the back foot. Looking for the jab there, Clancy as well. HAMRAOUI, though, again, those reflexes working well for him. But on the look of these two heading into the final furlong here, if you like, Clancy's got the look of a man who's maybe got a bit more to give here. HAMRAOUI, though, still very, very concentrated. So final 20 seconds, something significant from either could be enough here. That was a lovely 1-2 from Clancy. Got his distance absolutely right there. And just remember, heading into this final round, HAMRAOUI had a 2-point advantage with 2 judges. Clancy a 2-point advantage with 1 judge. The other 2 cards were 19-19. Clancy needs both of those. HAMRAOUI needs 1 of them. And they both celebrate as they walk back to their corners. They both feel like they've done enough. I'd give that final round to the Irishman, I think, myself, which would give me 2 rounds. 2 rounds to 1 in his favour. My card doesn't count, not at all. And he's got to get both of those 19-19s to win this fight. HAMRAOUI needs 1 of them because he was 20 points to 18 up with 2 judges going into the 3rd and final round. Close fight, close fight, differing styles.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner by split decision in the red corner.
And Ireland gets it. Ireland gets it, and you can see what it means to him there, because that is a guaranteed bronze. 29-28, those 3 cards. that he won by there, so he did get both of those 19-19s as we knew that he was going to have to. And 2 rounds to 1 to Clancy is a score that I had on my own card for what that's worth, and LOUNES HAMRAOUI goes down by split decision, and I'm sure will rate himself as being slightly unlucky there. We've had 3 fantastic fights in these first 3 light welterweight quarterfinals. It's unbelievable, really, to get this kind of run right at the start of a session. 3 scores of 3-2. Every single fight right in the balance going into the 3rd and final round. That's always what you want. It is always what you want. It's not necessarily always what you get. Tremendous stuff so far, absolutely tremendous. And we've got a fight coming up here between Matteo Ara of Italy, he'll be in the red corner, and Joe Tyers of England in the blue corner. Tyers, one half of a pair of boxing brothers from the northeast.
Ring B, bout number 181. Into the red corner, please welcome the boxer representing Italy, Ara Matteo.
So Matteo Ara beat Scotland number 7 seed Reece Lynch.
Into the blue corner, please welcome the boxer representing England, TYERS Joseph.
Joe Tyers of England.
Referee Babai Sandor from Hungary. Judge 1 from Ukraine. Judge 2 from France. Judge 3 from Serbia. Judge 4 from Russia. Judge 5 from Slovakia. In the red corner for Italy, Ara Matteo. In a blue corner from England, TYERS Joseph.
So here we go. 4th and final quarter-final in the light welterweight division. You've got Joe Tyers there of England in the blue, marching back to that corner, firing some punches as he goes back to his corner of Italy. Matteo Ara boxing in red. As I said, he got past Reece Lynch of Scotland 4-0 in his previous fight. Tyers beat Hampus Broman of Sweden 4-1, and then Moldovan number 2 seed Alexandru Parashiv by split decision 3-2. So this should be another really good fight. Tyers in the blue, orthodox. Ara, Italy, southpaw. Nice southpaw left to the body there from Ara earlier on. Just short with the jab there, Tyers. Boxes out of Darlington, BC. GB champion a couple of years ago. Recently joined the GB squad after a successful trial. Decent jab there from Tyers, just caught Ara as he was moving in. Tyers looking to try and aim the uppercut, didn't land it. Left to the body there from Ara. That's been a decent punch for him so far inside this first minute. He's landed that a couple of times. Just touching him to the body there, Tyers. Ara was in range, kind of presented the body, so he took it. Led off with a hook there, Ara. I'm not quite sure how clean that landed. I think the glove might have been up from Tyers, who's got some good variety about him. Looks to try and whip in that uppercut off the back of a straight right hand. Ara's less expansive. Keeps those gloves up fairly high. Looks just to move in behind the jab. And Tyers is keeping him turning and moving. Decent jab there from Ara. Leading off with the right hand there, Tyers. It's the final minute of round 1. Bit of a breeze just kicking in through the arena, which I'm sure the boxers will be very grateful for later on in the fight. Their tanks are pretty full at the minute. Right hand to the body there from Tyers, but then stayed in range, and Ara landed a left himself, right into the pit of the stomach. Pretty tight round this. Tyers has thrown more, but not that much has made it. He has shown good variety. But as I said, in terms of the effective scoring punching, this is not that easy to pick because Ara's been, as I said, less expansive, hasn't thrown as much, hasn't been as ambitious, but has landed some punches, particularly to the body. So there goes the bell at the end of round one. 41 countries coming to the European Under-22s, which is great to see. As I said towards the end of that last fight, the European Youth Under-18s was held here in 2018, so not a new venue. It's a very suitable venue for tournament boxing, the whole setup here. Ara gets it, 10-9 across the board there, 10-9 across the board. As I was saying, of the two, he was the less flashy, but maybe did just get that greater volume of effective punching done.
Seconds out.
Tyers has maybe just got to settle down a little bit here and decide on one method. He's got the height of reach on him. If he could use that jab, try and work off that, that could be the key. He switched things up, changed things up a lot in that opening round. Looks for the right hand there, Tyers. Tyers just made Ara fall short with the jab. He can keep it on the outside, Tyers. He's got those kinds of advantages. Just keep throwing that jab. That would be what the coaches would want, I'm sure. Then he looked for the 1-2 there, right to the body. Bit rough on the inside there from Tyers maybe. The referee just warning about hitting around the back of the head, which wasn't something I particularly noticed. Looking for the jab there, Tyers. And then puts the right hand on the back of it. And this is more what you would say that he needs to do. He has settled in this second round. He's not thrown quite as many different kinds of punches in the second as he did in the first. He's sticking more to basics, jab, right hand. When he gets in close there though, Ara's able to find him to the body. And again there from the Italian, good left hand to the body. Nice combination from Tyers. When he does throw that 1-2, throws that jab 1-2, so double jab right hand really would be another way of saying it. Once he's done that, he'd be better off just pulling those feet straight back out. What he tends to do is just stay in there, as he is here now, and have a little bit of a trade up, which he doesn't really need to do. When he does that, he brings Ara into it. Nice jab right hand there from Tyers, and then he did just pull those feet back, and he snapped the head back of the Italian, and there was just no opportunity really for him to reply. There's that little cheeky dig to the body again though from Ara. Good reflexes from the Italian as well. Good fight this. We've had some absolute crackers so far today in Ring B. Tyers with a right hand to the body, but then just got caught by an uppercut. When it's in close like that, it favours Matteo Ara. He's got good lateral movement up close. Nice right hand there though from Tyers, who's definitely had a better second round here. Short with the right hand there, Tyers. And Ara just going for a little bit of a walkabout towards the end of round two, just trying to sucker Tyers in maybe. Look for the right hand off the back foot, didn't quite land it. Well, by my reckoning, from what I've seen in round two, this should be levelled up nicely at 1 apiece going into round three. Ara having a decent finish to the round there though, just making Tyers fall short and then clipped him with the combination. But Tyers did some good work, I think, in the first 2 minutes of that round, 2 minutes 30. Looked for that jab right hand, kept it a bit simpler, kept it more on the outside, didn't tangle up close quite as much, although got sucked into more of that as the round progressed. Remember, Matteo Ara taking all 5 of the judges' scorecards in the first round, so Tyers badly needs at least a majority win in this second round to tee things up and give us another live fight. Well, he does get the majority. He does get the majority, 3-2. So it's a similar scenario to the ones we've seen in the other fights we've had. Matteo has got an advantage here because he's 2-0 up with 2 judges. The other 3 are 19-19. So TYERS needs all of those. Ara needs just one of them. TYERS of England in the blue. Matteo Ara of Italy in the red. Nice right hand there from TYERS. Again, just comes a little bit square as he moves in there. I think he knows he's got to go some in this final round. What he doesn't want to do, though, is get picked off as he comes in, because you notice when he came forward there, the feet come square and he gets a little bit stuck and he's trading. He can't really get out. And that's where Matteo Ara would like him, because he does counter-punch well off the back foot. But he's got to try and pile on the pressure here, TYERS. They see the scores in the corner. They'll get them before us, actually. They get them early in the minutes break, so they know what they want to say to their fighter. And they will have told him he's just got to go out there and win this round and win it as comprehensively as he can. Decent right hand there from TYERS, and another one, I think a right hand landed from Ara, and TYERS just trying to back Ara up, but Ara is kind of happy enough there. You see, tucks up well and then throws, and did that effectively 2 or 3 times. And again there, TYERS did though find a right hand to the body midway through round 3. Using the jab there, TYERS, to try and launch that right hand. Got caught by right hand on the inside. Whenever he gets up to that kind of distance, he found a left to the body there, TYERS, but he doesn't want to be staying in there because he got caught by that right hand again from Ara, and a nice combination from Ara once more. When they're in that mid-range, the Italian has got the advantage, no question. When he tries to keep it on the outside, TYERS uses that jab, throws that right hand, manages to get those feet back, then that's really more his kind of fight at that distance. But Matteo Ara, he's a clever fighter. He's a clever fighter. He's done a good job in this final round of making TYERS fall short. And then when they exchange exactly like that, he looked for the right hand there, TYERS, it didn't reach. All of a sudden, he's in that middle distance. And Matteo Ara was able just to rattle off a good few shots into the final 30 seconds. Ten seconds. Again, this has been another real hard-fought battle. These two just trading up close in the final seconds. Touch your gloves, and good fight to watch. Really enjoyable stuff once again, and just a reminder of the scoring heading into that final round. Ara was 2-0 up with 2 of the judges, and the other 3 scores were 19 apiece, so he needed one of them to secure a split decision win, just to get the win. TYERS to get a split decision win, he needs to have turned all of those 3 level cards into wins for him, which personally I'm not convinced he will have done, but we'll have to wait and see. It's taking a bit of time.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner by unanimous decision in the red corner, representing Italy.
So Matteo Ara gets it by unanimous decision, so he got that final round with 4 of the judges, and that meant that he got it 5-0 overall. The one card that went to tyres there was on one of those cards where Matteo Ara was already 2-0 up, so he won all 3 of the 19-19s and held the 2 that he was already winning, so that gives him the win by unanimous decision. Tyres shaking his head at the end there. You always expect fighters to be extremely disappointed, but I make that a fair result. I make that a fair result. And that's our final quarter-final in the 64 kilo category. And now we move on to the welterweights. Staff here just giving the ring a quick clean. 31 fighters entered in the welterweight category. It's always one of the most populated divisions, whether you're talking juniors or youths or under 22s or seniors. And to kick off with here, we've got a very, very tasty fight indeed between Haris Akbar of England, the #1 seed, and Kieran Molloy of Ireland, the #8 seed.
Ring B, bout number 182. Into the red corner, please welcome the boxer representing England, Akbar Mohammed Haris.
Haris Akbar, as I said, the #1 seed, boxing for England in the red corner.
Please welcome the boxer representing Ireland, MOLLOY KIERAN.
Kieran Molloy, the #8 seed of Ireland, makes his way to the blue corner.
Referee, Milzasarek Slavomir from Poland. Judge 1 from Lithuania. Judge 2 from Bulgaria. Judge 3 from Finland. Judge 4 from Italy. Judge 5 from Serbia. In the red corner for England, Akbar Mohammed Haris. In a blue corner for Ireland, MOLLOY KIERAN.
So Akbar got a bye and then beat Vensan Kurkarov of Bulgaria 4-1. Kieran Molloy, been in action a couple of times, beat a seed, Daniel Krotter of Germany 4-1. And then came up against Mario Tudor of Romania. That was stopped after, well, just over 2 minutes due to a cut to Tudor. And Molloy got it. The scoring of that partial round went his way. That was his 200th career win. That is some milestone to achieve. Won a bronze medal at the Euros in 2018. Akbar, gold medalist at the Commonwealth Youth Games in 2015. European Youth Silver in 2016. English and GB titles. And Akbar in the red is orthodox. Molloy of Ireland in the blue. Nice right hand there from Molloy as Akbar came in. Just caught him with that lead right hook. Remember seeing Haris Akbar for the first time in the junior ABAs in South London, Grove Park. That would have been 2014 probably. He was one of the standout fighters that day, him and Charles Frankham, who both won junior ABA titles. Frankham went on to do very well as a junior and youth pro fighter now. Akbar just short with that 1-2. Looking for the big overhand right there, Molloy didn't quite get it. Akbar winding up with the right hand himself from down by his knees almost. Again, he was just short. Good reflexes there from Akbar. Pulling that weight back. Left hand to the body there from Molloy. Head's almost coming together on the inside. Not been a massive amount of clean punching so far. Plenty of industry, plenty of energy from these two, lots of intent. But either they've been a little bit too far out or right on top of each other. Good uppercut on the inside there from Akbar. Found his range slightly better with the 1-2 there. caught mainly by gloves though. Lead right hand was decent from Molloy, but Akbar came back with that little uppercut on the inside. Well, front feet are always going to clash when you've got an orthodox against a southpaw. There's no doubt about that. There was nothing deliberate about that from Akbar. He just ended up treading on the top of Molloy's foot. It'll almost certainly happen the other way around at some point. Decent 1-2 there from Akbar. He's got a lot of support. Over my shoulder to my right-hand side, and he seems happy with the way that first round has gone. Molloy did have some success himself in that round, though. It certainly wasn't one-way traffic. You wouldn't be able to say that. When Akbar did some good, effective work, Molloy usually had something to say about it. Akbar gets it across the board there, 10-9 to all 5 judges. I wouldn't disagree with that. But it wasn't a one-sided round. Molloy needs to win this second round now, though.
Seconds out.
So he needs this round, the fighter in blue. Molloy boxing for Ireland. He'll know that. Akbar of England in the red. 69 kilos. The number 1 on the GB squad at 69 kilos is Pat McCormack, who is right up there with the very best fighters in the world. And what you see at this European Under-22s, this is the 5th time we've had it, 2012, 17, 18, 19, and then this year. What you often see are fighters who aren't the number 1 choice at their weight division with their national federation. They're looking to establish themselves as that in the near future, but they're not quite there yet. So most of these fighters are in that category. Not all. Most won't have been to Senior World Championships. Some of them have. Most won't have had the opportunity to qualify for Tokyo, although some of them did. In the main, that's what we're looking at, really, the next generation to an extent. Akbar with that nice wide stance. Molloy coming forward, but Akbar able to get back out of the way. Single right hand there from Akbar, just about made it to the target. Left hand to the chest there from Molloy. Akbar coming forward, kept moving forward there. The feet crossed, the technique went slightly, but as the feet moved, he pumped out those punches. And a point going from Molloy there, I think, for bringing the head in a little bit low there, possibly. Seems a bit harsh to me. Straight left hand there, strong left hand from Akbar. And that's terrible news for Kieran Molloy, because he's lost that first round and now he's had a point deduction. So even if he wins this with the judges, with all 5 judges, the best he will get in this round is a draw. Good 1-2 there from Akbar, who's just warming to his task here. Molloy with a left hand there, strong left hand. Really stepped into that one. Nice right hand there from Akbar, short right hand, and the cut's opened up there above the right eye, on the eyebrow there of Molloy. I think that was from a punch from the right hand. The heads did come a little bit closer together. The referee there, though, I think gesturing that was a head clash. I think he was gesturing that was a head clash. He did land a right hand there, Akbar, definitely. But then I think maybe the heads cracked together off the back of it. The doctor's been pretty busy in this competition throughout the course of the week. 47 seconds remaining in round 2, a round that Akbar has had the better of, and there's been that point deduction. And now Molloy picks up a cut as well, so things difficult for the Irishman in this one. Seen his teammate Dean Clancy go through a bit earlier. Terrific fight that was. Blood just coming from that cut again. It's kind of on the side of the eyebrow, more towards the nose. So that is a problematic place for it because the blood will come down into the eye. Bell goes at the end of round 2. And I think we'll see Akbar open up clean water here because he's won that second round. And there's also been the point deduction. So that would seem 20 points to 17 up through 2 rounds. And the Irish corner have got that cut to contend with, just applying the pressure, getting that swab in. That adrenaline solution, leave it in there as long as they can. Pinch it together again at the end of the round. So there we go, 20 points to 17 with all 5 judges. So KIERAN Molloy needs to stop Haris Akbar in this third and final round, in this first quarter-final in the welterweight division. And the winner will go through to the semi-finals, be guaranteed a bronze medal and be guaranteed $2,000 US. I do think it's really interesting, this introduction of tournament prize money, because these are substantial amounts of money for young fighters. They can make a real difference. And the will to win, the desire to win has always been huge in these competitions, but that will just make it even more intense. Looking for that right hand, taking on the gloves there from Molloy. He's full of confidence here, Akbar, absolutely full of confidence. Feet moving nicely, snapping out those punches. Left hand comes back there from Molloy. He's the #1 seed for a reason. Got to the quarterfinals of the Sosikas tournament in Lithuania earlier in the year. A couple of medals there for Conor Tudsbury, got a gold, and Ramtin Musa a silver for England. We'll see Ramtin Musa this evening at middleweight. Looking for the left hand there, Molloy. Akbar managing to get that guard up. Short left hand there from Molloy, just stole in well there. Close that gap. It's the final minute. And this has been the clearest win that we've had in Ring B so far this afternoon. The first 4 fights, every single one was well and truly alive going into the third and final round. Been a good performance from Akbar. As I said, people were talking about him right from well back in the day. I mentioned that junior ABA title I saw him win, and he was expected to win it, boxing for Bradford Police at the time. Now really a full-time fighter with the GB podium squad in Sheffield, England. So there goes the bell at the end of the third and final round, and Akbar celebrates as well. He might a slightly despondent look on the face of Molloy there as he wheeled away, having thrown a final right hand and headed back towards his corner. That was always going to be a tough ask. He's had a good competition, Molloy, knocking out Daniel Krotter of Germany, and then Mario Tudor of Romania. Just didn't go his way on this occasion.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner by unanimous decision in In the red corner, England, AKBAR Mohammed Harris.
So the number 1 seed goes through. 30 points to 26, so 3 rounds to 0 plus that point deduction. That sees him safely through to the semi-finals, where he will face the winner of our next fight, which is between OTAR NADERIANI of Georgia and Ivan Stupin of Russia. It'll be NADERIANI of Georgia in the red, Stupin of Russia in the blue. They're just waiting away to my left-hand side. Bit of a shiner around the left eye there of NADERIANI. Bit of damage to that left eye.
Bout number 183. Into the red corner, please welcome the boxer representing Georgia, NADERIANI OTAR. Into the blue corner, please welcome the boxer representing Russia, Stupin Ivan. Referee Pastucho Valery from Moldova. Judge 1 from Slovakia. Judge 2 from Poland. Judge 3 from Serbia. Judge 4 from Hungary. Judge 5 from France. In the red corner for Georgia, NADERIANI OTAR. In the blue corner from Russia, Stupin Ivan.
So NADERIANI of Georgia in the red, he beat Sergio Martinez of Spain 4-1, split decision. And then the Polish number 5 seed, Filip Wakala, by unanimous decision, so he's on a good roll. Ivan Stupin of Russia, he's had 2 wins also, both by unanimous decision, and he's knocked out the seed 2. That was Laszlo Kozak of Hungary, the number 4 seed in his previous fight. His first fight saw him beat Jason Kwogo of Switzerland. So NADERIANI Georgia in the red, Stupin Russia in the blue, and you can see immediately that Stupin of Russia has got a significant height advantage here and the reach that will come with it. Looking to try and let loose with a right hand there, Stupin, but didn't manage to land it. Looking to sneak the uppercut in on the inside. That just about did get there. Travelling forward behind that jab, NADERIANI in the red, doubling up on it. He knows that he's got to try and close the gap somehow and get inside that superior reach, and he's looking to make a quick start here, NADERIANI, trying to put the pressure on Stupin. Moving forward, getting onto that front foot. As I said, working behind that double jab. Trying to get in where he needs to be. Led off with a left hook that time. Stupin looking for the right hand. Hasn't quite managed it so far. And that's exactly where NADERIANI will want to be. That kind of distance, that kind of range. Hooking off the jab there. Stupin again just aims a big right hand. We haven't really seen him jab so far. If he's going to try and stop NADERIANI in his tracks, stop him just coming in like this, then he needs to get that jab out. He needs to start trying to work that jab. He's not looked under any enormous pressure here, Stupin. He's not looked flustered, but NADERIANI has been the one making things happen here, and he has had some success. Nice double jab there to the chest, then down to the stomach. When you've got a fighter coming in at you like this, like Stupin has, and you've got the physical tools that he's got, you've got to try and use that jab. Again, just looks for the right hand there. NADERIANI just climbs into a big overhand right. And again, just backpedaling there, Stupin. He's got to start throwing that lead left hand. I'm repeating myself, but he really does, heading into the final minute of round 1. You don't always see tall fighters use their natural advantages. It's a mystery to me when you don't, but this is one such example. He kind of touches with that lead left, that jab. He's a rangefinder, almost a trigger really for the right hand, Stupin. Then looks for that long right hand, but he hasn't really managed to land it. Short left on the inside there from the Russian. That did get through. Naderiani is quite basic in his approach. You know that he's going to close down the gap and try and get on top of you. And he does it through using that jab, and he tries to keep that head on the move as much as he can. Just hurrying up those feet there. The technique's deserting him there, the Georgian, as he came square and fell in behind a jab. But there's plenty of effort, plenty of work rate there. Bell goes at the end of round one. Whipping that towel, trying to get the breeze to them. It will settle down a bit for the evening session, but it's hot for these fighters. They're protected from the sun by the canopy, but that does make it just that bit more humid. The air around ringside heats up, that kind of crucible effect almost. Well, split scores there. 3 scores go in favour of Naderiani, which is the way I would have gone. 2 go for Stupin of Russia. So nicely set up at the end of round 1. I thought that was quite clearly Naderiani's round myself. So round 2, Oton Naderiani, Georgia in the red, Ivan Stupin, Russia in the blue. And there he goes again, Naderiani. As I said, you do know what he's going to do, you know what he's going to attempt to do, but he does it in an educated way. He's got those gloves up, he tries to use that upper body movement, did it effectively at the start of the round there, and then looked to try and land a left hand, and Stupin has got to find a way of negating that. And for me, the best way to do that would be to get that jab moving. Every now and again he leads off with a left hook, but really he's all about that right hand. That left hand is almost a kind of trigger for it. Hooks with the left there. But it just slid over the head of Naderiani. Neat little bit of work up close on the inside there from Naderiani. A couple of those ricocheted through. Right hand from Naderiani. Referee just having a word with him though about slapping. You've got to deliver punches with the knuckle part of the glove. That's the key thing for them to be scoring punches. Good left hand there from Stupin. Naderiani committed through the 1-2, landed on the gloves. But then he came back with a left hand. Short left hand there though from Naderiani, whose work rate is every bit as high in this second round as it was in the first. Again, just climbing into that left hand there, Naderiani, then taking the opportunity to get onto the shoulder and maybe nick a little bit of a breather. His mouth's hanging a touch open. But the second round very similar to the first so far. Naderiani maybe a little bit more ragged than he was in the first, but he's the one making the running. He has done some decent work. Stupin has landed some himself too, but again, he's been backing up. He's not really used that jab too much. Heading into the last 30 seconds. Naderiani just pursuing Stupin across the ring. Landed a couple of jabs, knocked him back into the ropes. Short right hand on the inside there from Stupin as he just missed with a longer right before that. I think this is going to get very interesting in the third round because this has been fought at a real pace. Naderiani's set the pace. Stupin has had to try and go with him. I just wonder whether the Georgian can keep that going through the final 3 minutes. Again, that round I thought was one that I would have gone the Georgian's way with because of that greater intensity that he's bringing to the fight. Stupin, though, did manage to land a number of decent shots on the inside there. Very similar to the first round, very similar. Had split scoring in round 1. And we've got split scoring again, so a 2-round advantage for STUPIN, a 2-round advantage for NADERIANI. The other 3 judges split at 19-19, so this is absolutely in the balance. They've got 1 scorecard each, unless there's a point deduction or a very, very dominant round. They've got 1 scorecard each, and the other 3 are level. Nice right hand on the inside there from STUPIN to kick off round 3. Good uppercut, well delivered. Didn't try and put too much into it. Found the target. Nice right hand there from NADERIANI as STUPIN was opening out with his own. Wide right hand, the shorter one landed first. Looking for that chopping right hand. He's always had to punch down in this fight, STUPIN, and I think he struggled with that a little bit at times, and aimed there a big expansive uppercut. Didn't quite get through with it. NADERIANI again just doing what he's done throughout the course of the fight. He closes that distance down. He tries to move his head on the way in, use that jab, and then just let his hands go and land as much as he can, really. Looking for the big overhand right there. Short right hand. Just dabs the features of STUPIN, who just wings in with a left hook followed by a right. Just past the midway point of round 3. We're both going to have to dig really deep here. Little bit of a breeze just floating in over my left shoulder, but they won't be feeling it too much up there. Left hand there from NADERIANI. Really jumped into that one, but STUPIN saw that coming from a way back. Both of those two just swapping right hands. Left hand on the inside there from STUPIN. And not very much in this final round at all. Falling short there with the right hand. Big windmilling right hand from NADERIANI, but STUPIN had pulled himself well back out of range. Wasn't able to counter it. And just a reminder, those 3 even scorecards, those are the ones that are going to be absolutely key. NADERIANI had a 2-point advantage with 1 judge. STUPIN the same with another. And it's NADERIANI who's finishing a bit stronger here for me. On balance, I would say that he has been the better of the 2, the Georgian. And I think he should have done enough to get 2 out of those 3 level cards heading into that 3rd and final round, which is what he needs. They both need 2 out of the 3.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner by split decision in the blue corner, representing Russia,
Ivan STUPIN gets it. He's taken that final round with 4 out of the 5 judges there. So he gets it 29 to 28 with 4 of the judges, and NADERIANI gets it 29-28 with the other one. I make him unlucky there. I'll tell NADERIANI, I make him unlucky. STUPIN goes through to the semi-finals, where he will meet AKBAR of England. So we've got 2 more quarterfinals remaining at 69 kilos. The next one up, we'll see a home fighter and the number 3 seed in GIANLUIGI MALANGA. He takes on Armenia's ARMEN MASHAKARYAN. Malanga, Italian elite champion earlier in the year and in 2019. Boxed in the World Championships in Russia, the seniors in 2019 at Ekaterinburg. Went out fairly early on.
Ring B, bout number 184. Into the red corner, please welcome the boxer representing Italy, Malanga Gianluigi. Into the blue corner, please welcome the boxer representing Armenia, MASHAKARYAN ARMEN. Referee VZMITRY from Ukraine. Judge 1 from Czech Republic. Judge 2 from Russia. Judge 3 from Ireland. Judge 4 from Lithuania. Judge 5 from France. In the red corner, from Italy, Malanga Gianluigi. In the blue corner, from Armenia, MASHAKARYAN ARMEN.
So Malanga of Italy, the number 3 seed in the red. He's beaten Marian Masalko of Slovakia and Petar Cetinic of Croatia. Unanimous decision both times. MASHAKARYAN has had 2 wins as well. Peter Alborg of Sweden beat him by unanimous decision. Then got past Nikolai Burcha of Poland by split decision, 4 decisions to 1. So Malanga in the red, boxing out of the southpaw stance, shaping up to that southpaw stance.
Round 1.
MASHAKARYAN of Armenia in the blue. An established fighter with the Italian Federation, Malanga, as I described. Elite champion a couple of times, went to those World Championships in 2019. Will be very much hoping to be in Serbia for the Men's World Championships at the end of October, spreading into the start of November. Really looking forward to that. Looking for a big overhand right there. MASHAKARYAN didn't quite land it and was picked off for his troubles as his weight came forward by Malanga. And it's MASHAKARYAN who's on the front foot more here. Malanga happy enough to give a little bit of ground. Nice right hand there from Malanga. MASHAKARYAN came forward and he clipped him on the chin as he was moving off to his right hand side there, Malanga. Got a nice balance about him, the Italian. Steps into that jab, left hand to the body again there. Looking for the jab there, Malanga. MASHAKARYAN's trying to keep that head on the move. Just on the borderline of range there. Steps into range, let's go with a big right hand. But Malanga sees that coming and is able to avoid it. There's that left hand to the body again there from Malanga. Right hand came back from Mashakarian. Mashakarian's looking for that massive right hand most of the time, and he hasn't managed to land it effectively once really. Climbs into a big left hand there, and that's kind of the problem Mashakarian has got. What he did there was actually better because he tried to jab his way in, look for a right, but a shorter right hand. When he's looking for these huge haymakers, swinging in from the left and from the right, coming in from wide, Malanga sees those coming a mile away and is just managing to get out of the way with ease, and at times counter his opponent as well. Final few seconds of round one. Bell goes at the end of the first round. Split scoring, 3-2 in favour of Malanga. I thought that was a pretty clear Malanga round, but Mashakarian has got it with a couple of the judges there. So this one teed up nicely. Very aggressive in that round, Mashakarian. I just didn't think he really landed very much.
Round 2.
So into the second round. Gianluigi Malanga of Italy in the red. Armen Mashakarian of Armenia in the blue. Both of them have won 2 fights in the competition, so are well warmed up into things. This is day 5. Semi-finals tomorrow, day off on Wednesday, then the finals, both men's and women's, on Thursday. Switch of venue for Thursday. We're still in the open air tomorrow, but then we switch indoors for the finals on Thursday. Low blow from Mashakarian, and Malanga was given a bit of time to recover. Again, just looking to step into, climb into that big lead left hand there, Mashakarian. Malanga just popping off a couple of jabs, left to the body. Nothing huge, nothing nuclear, but they are scoring punches. Mashakarian effective up close there, looking for the body. When he got in nice and tight, he did some decent work. Trying to sneak that left in around the back of the guard, Malanga. Didn't quite manage to do it. Good combination to the body. And again goes up top. That's caught mainly on the gloves by Mashakarian, but it keeps him occupied. Not for long. Again, he just swaggers back into the middle of the ring. Looks to get those gloves up. Try and keep that head on the move and pin Malanga down. Heading towards the final minute of round 2. Malanga has got to keep throwing here. He has to keep popping out that jab, because if he doesn't, then Mashakarian will just walk in on him. And the pressure he's applying in the second round, Mashakarian, is better, because rather than just launching himself from miles out with those big single shots, he's looking to just close down that distance, inch forward a little bit more possibly. The gum shield has come out there. It's Malanga's. So we need to get that one rinsed off. But he's just been a bit more educated about the way he's done it. Rather than just, as I said, flying from miles out behind one big punch. He's kept that guard tight. He's kind of shuffled his way in, inched his way in, and then when he's got up close, he's been able to try and fire some combinations, which in the first round he couldn't do because the first punch he was throwing was missing by a mile. Good left hand there from Mashakarian. Malanga, though, just before that, scored with a couple of rights. Looked for a couple of big single shots there, Mashakarian, which didn't really work for him. Malanga moves well, and he's needed to. You have to against an opponent like this. Split scoring in that first round, remember. And if we had split scoring in the first round, I think we'd very well may have a similar scenario in round 2. This has been a closer round than round 1 for me. I gave Malanga that opening round without any hesitation. This second round is tighter. Good right hand on the inside there from MASHAKARYAN, who's just beginning to get to Malanga a bit towards the end of that second. Third round's going to be very interesting.
Seconds out.
And it is split scoring again. It is split scoring again. So we had there, I think, 2 scores of 20 points to 18 in favour of Malanga, 1 20 to 18 in favour of MASHAKARYAN, and 2 19-19s. If I read that right, they flicked up pretty quickly there. But if I read that right, then MASHAKARYAN needs to convert both of those 19-19s into wins, and Malanga needs one of them. Good left to the body there from Malanga. You could hear that one. Stepped out of the way of the right hand, feet planted wide, really drove that one in. Wide smearing right hand there from MASHAKARYAN. Little dab on the inside from Malanga. MASHAKARYAN's just got to keep bringing the heat here as much as he possibly can. Towards the end of the second round, he did look like he was getting to Malanga a bit. Nice, cute left on the inside there, though, from Malanga. Little uppercut, screw shot almost, just finding MASHAKARYAN midway through round 3. That's good elusive work there from Malanga, then just pivoted around that front foot and flicked in a jab which found the target. Real matador and bull stuff there. Shoots up the jab from the waist there. Malanga working well in this final round so far. He needs to sustain it though into the final minutes. 1 minute, that's what the corner are telling him. They know that this is close heading into the final round. They know that there's not that much in this final round again here either. Malanga, I think, has done the cleaner work in round 3. But I think the judges at ringside have given MASHAKARYAN a significant amount of credit throughout the course of this fight for his proactivity, for how aggressive he's been, for the way that he's come forward. I probably wouldn't have given him quite as much credit for that, but I could see the thinking that Malanga, I believe, with 30 seconds to go, has done the cleaner punching, the more effective punching in this third and final round, and just grimaces over the shoulder there of MASHAKARYAN and the supporters in the seats over my right shoulder. Into the final 10 seconds, MASHAKARYAN keeps coming forward. He has done all fight. Malanga manages just to weave away from him. Some good work on the ropes there from Malanga. He's proved to be hard to hit. Catches him with a counter right hand right at the very end. There goes the bell. Malanga feels like he's done enough there. I would agree, but we'll have to go to the judges. As I said, when we saw those scores flash up at the end of round 2, I think what we saw was 20 points to 18 on 2 cards for Malanga, 20 points to 18 on 1 card for MASHAKARYAN, and 2 19-19s. So Malanga needs one of those 19-19s. MASHAKARYAN needs both of them.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner by split decision In the red corner.
Malanga gets it. He gets it.
Malanga
4-1. Good fight. Another good fight. Mashakarian put loads into that. Worked tremendously hard. But the cuter boxing, the more skillful boxing, and the more effective, cleaner punching from where I was sitting came from Gianluigi Malanga. And so he goes through to the semi-finals, the guaranteed bronze medal, and $2,000 US to stick in his back pocket as well. So one more quarter-final remaining. Sebastian TERTERYAN of Denmark will be up against the Ukrainian number 2 seed, MAKSYM MOLLODAN. Running perfectly on time here. It's a quarter to the hour, which is exactly the point at which this final fight was supposed to start. The fighters just being held away to my left-hand side. The fighters for the next fight are always ready to go about halfway through the final round. And we had a very rapid sanitizing job done on the ring there as well by the team here at ringside. Everything is being done with maximum efficiency. MOLODAN actually will be quite familiar with these surroundings. He boxed here in the European Youths in 2018.
Bout number 185. Into the red corner, please welcome the boxer representing Denmark, TERTERYAN Sebastian.
Sebastian TERTERYAN.
Please welcome the boxer representing Ukraine, MOLODAN MAKSYM. Referee Zayat Martin from Slovakia. Judge 1 from Hungary. Judge 2 from Poland. Judge 4 from Azerbaijan. No, Judge 3 from Azerbaijan. Judge 4 from Italy. Judge 5 from Moldova. In the red corner for Denmark, TERTERYAN Sebastian. In a blue corner from Ukraine, MOLODAN MAKSYM.
So this is the final fight of the session. In the blue then, boxing for Ukraine, the number 2 seed MAKSYM MOLLODAN. In the red, boxing for Denmark, Sebastian TERTERYAN. And we saw Sebastian TERTERYAN and his brother yesterday, Nikolai, just walking along the seafront. Stop for a quick chat. All teams, all fighters who have been eliminated in the tournament already, which Nikolai has, unfortunately for him, sticking around. Good right hand to the body there from TERTERYAN early on. He's beaten Simon Asbanis and Hugo Garau so far, 2 good wins those. MOLLODAN getting past Emin Eminson and Sarkan Aliyev. Youth World Championship bronze medalist back in the day. MOLLODAN beat Lorenzo Sotomayor earlier this year in the Istanbul Bosphorus tournament, what used to be known as the Ahmet Komet tournament. Nice stiff jab there from TERTERYAN. Just caught MOLLODAN as he was looking to move in. These two right in front of each other. Just getting his front foot there on the outside of TERTERYAN's front foot. Very deliberately there, MOLLODAN. That's what you'll see with an orthodox against a southpaw fighter. They'll both be looking to get their front foot on the outside of the other fighter's front foot. Quite light on his feet, quite up on his toes, MOLLODAN, stylistically. Shake of the head there from TERTERYAN. Crowds himself a little bit there, though, the Dane, as he looks for that right hand. Little jab to the body there from TERTERYAN, nothing on it, but it did land. Good right hands on the inside there from TERTERYAN as well. He's landed that a couple of times. MOLLODAN, when he closes that gap down sometimes, can be a little bit hesitant, a little bit ponderous. He gets himself into a good position, doesn't really do anything quickly enough, if you like, and TERTERYAN has taken advantage of that a couple of times. .30 seconds remaining in round one. The heads almost cracking together there. One-two there from MOLLODAN, but that single punch came back from TERTERYAN, who seems happy enough when MOLLODAN looks to try and take that space and close him down. Left to the body there from MOLLODAN. Right to the body on the inside from TERTERYAN. Not been loads in this opening round, but I'd probably shade it to the fighter in red there. MOLLODAN was on the front foot more. I've used that word proactive a lot this afternoon, or relatively often, and of the two he was the more proactive, more on the front foot, more trying to make things happen, but you can't win a fight just by doing that. And TERTERYAN, I thought, timed him well 3-4 times as he was coming in onto the inside and found the target on other occasions. Not much in it at all. MOLLODAN, the number 2 seed, remember. And he gets it 10-9 across the board there. Well, as I said, there wasn't too much in it. He was pressuring, he was looking to force it.
Seconds out.
And that's often a good look for the judges. But in terms of effective, clean punching, there was very little to choose between the two of them, so TERTERYAN needs something in this second round now, certainly. Sweat absolutely soaking that top there of MOLLODAN, who I think must have done a fairly vigorous warm-up. He was sweating freely as he came to the ring. TERTERYAN, not quite the same story for him. Right hand, single right hand there for TERTERYAN. I think just about landed, then he moves straight onto the shoulder of MOLLODAN. Nice little combination there from MOLLODAN. Follows up and finds a left to the body. Got into that kind of distance, and that time just let those hands go. A couple of times in the first round he didn't do that, and TERTERYAN managed to capitalise. A couple of good shots there from MOLLODAN, but they landed on the gloves. There's a nice right hand to the body there from TERTERYAN, and then just pulls those feet back out. That's what he's capable of doing. He's got good technique. Right hand on the inside there again as MOLLODAN closed in. He's a good technical fighter, good cute boxer. He doesn't punch hard. I think you could say that about him. But he does punch fairly accurately, and that's what you noticed in the first round. That's what I noticed, and that's why I made him quite unlucky to drop all of those cards, all 5 of them. Right to the body again there. That's a scoring shot. And answers with a right to the chest there as MOLLODAN falls short with his left hand. MOLLODAN just moving those shoulders, keeping that head on the move, just sticking his tongue out a little bit there to TERTERYAN. He's enjoying himself in there. He'll know that he was behind in that first round, after that first round. Well, the coaches will. It's always their decision as to how much they communicate to the fighter. If they felt that what he did in the first round was good and he just needs to keep doing it, despite the fact that he lost the round, they'll tell him just to stick with that. They don't want to panic anybody. You change style, do something that doesn't really work for you, and things can go wrong, could go further awry. There's a right hand in there again from TERTERYAN into the final 30 seconds of round 2. MOLLODAN just looking to try and let that left hand go, thought better of it. Decent combination again there from TERTERYAN. And for me, this second round has been similar to the first. It's the Dane, the fighter in red, who has found the target more often than not. Both of them land there right at the end of the round. And TERTERYAN, remember, he needs something in this second round. He dropped that first one with all 5 of the judges, so he absolutely needs to turn it around in round number 2. Well, I thought they were getting the scores in the corners, but they're certainly getting them communicated to them from outside the ring, because the spectators have got a big screen with the scores displayed on at the end of the round. MOLLODAN's got it again with all 5 of the judges, so 20 points to 18. He leads now, going into the 3rd and final round. He is on the front foot, he is applying the pressure.
Round 3.
But TERTERYAN has been the one, for me anyway, doing the more accurate punching, but it hasn't gone his way. I think he knows that it hasn't the first 2 rounds, because he shrugged as he came out for the start of round 3 and looked to kick things off in more aggressive fashion, maybe thinking that he needs to change style a little bit. He's frustrated in there, you can see it. I can understand why. Putting his punches together well there, MOLLODAN, but the gloves are up, and that's been another feature. The gloves have been up and taken quite a lot of those punches that have come from the Ukrainian. Bit of a stop-start beginning to the round here. MOLLODAN again with a 2-3 punch combination. He rattles those off nicely, but again, I think the 3rd one might have just ricocheted through, but the first 2 were definitely caught on gloves. Nice left hand to the body there from MOLLODAN. He's definitely looking to be a bit more physical, a bit more rugged in this 3rd round, TERTERYAN. It was kind of what I was saying in the 2nd round. He definitely does know that he's 2 rounds down, and as a result, he is changing stylistically. It's not really benefiting him to try and throw those big single shots, set his feet and throw them from wide and up from the waist. That's not his forte, but I think he will feel that he's boxed to his strengths in the opening 2 rounds, and it hasn't really got him anywhere. MOLLODAN into the final minute. Pulls his weight back there, avoids the right hand from TERTERYAN. Right hand to the body, single right hand to the body there from TERTERYAN. It's the final 20 seconds or so of this afternoon session on day 5. Been a really good session in Ring B, really good. We've had some incredibly close fights, some really good contests. Thoroughly enjoyable. I feel like I've lost about a stone due to the heat, but I can't complain. I'm just sitting down. Heads cracking together on the inside there, and TERTERYAN almost looking to put the head in a little bit there, which was slightly naughty. He is cutting a despondent figure in there, the Danish fighter. Bell goes to the end of the 3rd round, and he will know that he's going to fall to a defeat here. He's going to fall to a defeat by unanimous decision, and it's going to be MAKSYM MOLLODAN who goes through to the semi-finals. And as I've said, I don't want to try and take anything away from MOLLODAN here, but I understand TERTERYAN's frustration, because I thought those first 2 rounds, he definitely should have got something out of those first 2 rounds.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner by unanimous decision in the blue corner.
So MOLLODAN gets it, and he gets it 30 points to 27 with 2 of the judges, 29-28 with the other 3. So split scoring in the 3rd round, and I make that absolutely right in that 3rd round. There wasn't much in it. TERTERYAN, as I said, changed style. Those first 2 rounds, he swept it both times. MAKSYM, MOLLODAN, which I didn't agree with myself. Well, that's the way it goes. It's the judges at ringside whose cards count, and that brings to a conclusion this afternoon session in Ring B at Lido d'Abruzzi, and it's been thoroughly enjoyable. So we now know our semi-final lineup in the light welterweight division for the men and the welterweight division as well, and we were treated to some fantastic contests. We will be back in exactly an hour. Middleweights, light heavyweights, and 2 heavyweight bouts, 10 in total, all quarterfinals again. So please do join us then.